everyone, how are you doing? I hope everybody is doing good. Welcome to KIVA EBULAYA Visa Tips. It's the only wonderful program that can give you the best tips on how to get any kind of visa, especially if you're interested in coming to Canada. Okay, so welcome. Once again, my name's Solomon Namvule, Mama Pitmo from Toronto, Canada. Our topic today, we're going to be talking about the required documents for a Canadian student visa. Previously, we've been talking about how to get a legit university or college. Then we went on to choose between a college or a university. So at this point, I know that I'm talking to people who already have a college or a university, a legit one, because we talked about that. I'm talking to people who have made up their minds that they are going to a college or a university. So now let's dive in the application itself. Okay, so please pay attention. Some of these things we've discussed them in our previous videos. So if you feel that I'm rushing through the list, please pause, listen, or go back to our previous videos. Before we start, I just want to say thank you so much to the new subscribers. Welcome to our family. Thank you so much for people who have been sharing my videos. I appreciate you. I'm all over social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, oh my God, TikTok. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for the people who are commenting. I'm doing my level best to come back to those comments. At least if I can't type, I give you a heart. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate. So again, this program is for students, it's for parents. If your dream is to study in Canada, this is the best place to be. So if you know someone, you know a friend who wants to come and study to Canada, please share these videos. Okay, let's start. So the most important document you need are the forms. Why am I saying the forms? When you're applying for a student visa, it's called a student visa, but actually it's a student permit. There are different kind of forms that you have to pay attention to. And once these forms are missing on your application, it will either be denied or it will be returned to you because it's incomplete. So please pay attention to these application forms that you need. Number one, we talked about the document checklist. Please, before even you start filling out, first look for that document checklist. Make sure before you submit, you have all the forms, you have everything on that list. Number two, the forms that you're going to be filling as an international student, they are called IMM. Okay, so please pay attention. You know all those forms have the numbers, have the letters on them. So you're looking for IM form. Number three, you need the family form. This is a form where you have to fill in everything about you. Your date of birth, your parents, if you have children, if you're married. So please pay attention to the family form. It's important. Then there are some forms that are declarations. You declared something. So if you're married, there's a common law declaration form. If you're single and you're going to use a lawyer, there's a declaration form that you're not applying this by yourself, you're using a lawyer. Then there's a declaration if you're a parent filling out this form on behalf of your child. There's a declaration form that you have full custody of this child or this student. So please pay attention. On these forms, they also need a birth certificate. Very, very important. The birth certificate is going to approve your family information, your date of birth, and everything you've mentioned. Then another thing that you need to pay attention to in this application, when we go to the forms, there is a space or a document where there's a description of a kind of photo that you need to take, and this photo is usually a dicto photo. So the sizes are there, how you're supposed to dress, how you're supposed to look. So please pay attention to that. So that is the application itself. Number two, there are some universities or college that may need a language test record. Okay, these tests are called IELTS language tests. So please, if you did one, thumbs up. Please make sure you add this report on. If you didn't do one, I would advise you to please do an English test, because Canadians will give you the student visa knowing that you're doing so well in the languages that they will be teaching you. We have two languages. We have English and French. So this is a bonus. Some universities don't need it, but if you put it on your visa application, it's a bonus. It shows that you know what you're doing. So please, if you have that, add it on. Number 3, you need a letter of acceptance. In Canada, it's called a letter of acceptance, but where I come from, it's called an admission letter. This letter has to be coming from an institution that has a DLI. We talked about what is a DLI. If you don't know it, please go back in my previous videos. So you need an acceptance letter. Number 4, you need the education documents. Please pay attention to this. Anything, any high school you went to, O level, A level, please put on the transcripts. Then if you did a certificate in something, please put on the transcript. If you're a mature student, you already have a degree, please put on that. If you have a diploma, please put on that. Anything education where you finished and completed and have that document, please add it on. It's gonna help you out on your application. Number 5, you need a valid passport. I've talked about the passports. The only thing you have to pay attention to on your passport is the expiry date. It has to be at least 6 months valid. So please go back in my previous videos. You will see something about passports. Number 6, proof of funds. Please pay attention to this. When I say proof of funds, it's not only about your school fees. It's not only about your accommodation, transport, anything like that. Canada has created a chart of proof of funds for students. So if you're a student coming to Canada, there's a certain amount of money that you're supposed to have before even you think about your tuition. And on this chart, it's on www.canada.ca. I gave you that website. So that, in fact, I'm going to come back here and I show you the things. So proof of funds, if you're coming as a student, one person, you're supposed to be having 10,000. 10,000. This money is a fixed deposit. This money has to be there untouched. Before even they look at whether you pay the tuition, whether you have to have this money in your bank account. So this money increases depending on how many people you're coming on a student visa. If you're married, you're coming with your wife, this money will go up. If you're bringing the kids, this money will go up. So please go on that chart, and that money has to be in your bank account in the fixed deposit form. Then another thing, of course, you need a bank statement. We talked about the bank statement. Then you need a receipt if you've paid part of your tuition. Please put it on. If you already found a hostel where you're going to be staying and you've already paid for it, booked a place, please put it on it. So anything financial, please put it down there. In this proof of funds, if you're employed, this is the best time where you can upload your job letter, pay stubs. We talked about all these things. A letter from the bank to approve that this bank statement truly belongs to you. Now, because this program is for students, sometimes the students have sponsors. So this is number 7. So if you have a sponsor could be somebody that is not your biological parent. It is acceptable. But these are the things that Canada needs from a sponsor. They need your sponsor's financial documents, everything. Your sponsor must be willing to give you his bank statement, the business acts of incorporation, business licenses. If he's in Canada, the taxes he has filed, anything to do with his finances, simply because they want to see where is he getting the money to pay for you. So please, you have to make sure that your sponsor is willing to give all that information, because it's a very sensitive information, especially when it comes to finances. Another thing your sponsor has to give you is a statement, a letter stating that he's sponsoring you, he has not been forced. In this statement, he has to show the relationship you have. Why you? Why not other students? Are you related to him? Like, what is your relationship? So he needs that letter of a proof of relationship to you. Then number 8, you need a statement. You need a personal statement. We've been talking about personal statements a lot. As a student, you're going to write a personal statement. Why did you choose to study in Canada? Why Canada? Why did you choose the course you want to study? Why did you choose the university you want to study? How much money do you have? Who is paying for you? What are you going to do when you get here? Isn't this course available in where you're coming from, like Uganda? After you graduate, what is your plan? In fact, the right name for this letter, it's called the school plan. What is your school plan? From the minute you leave your country to the point you graduate, okay? Then another document that we need is the police clearance. You have to do a criminal check. They want to make sure you're coming in Canada, you don't have any criminal. That is a must. Then some schools, they need medicals. So some applications, if you don't do the medicals during the application, they might send you a request to do your application. But some programs, especially the health programs, you may need to do some medical. So get ready to do a medical clearance. Number 9, you need an affidavit of financial status. You need to swear an affidavit that truly you have the money to sponsor you in Canada, to sponsor your education in Canada, that for sure, you're not gonna declare bankruptcy. For sure, you're going to study this course and you have enough finances. So please don't forget the affidavit for the financial status. Number 10, you need the visa fees. Of course, to apply for the visa is not free. So these visa fees, please, I've always told you, they are non-refundable. Whether you get the visa, you don't get the visa, these visa fees are non-refundable. And you need $150 for the student visa, plus $80 for the biometrics, or $80 for the fingerprints, I would say. So altogether, you're gonna need 235 Canadian dollars to apply. So I feel like we've exhausted all the list. Most of these documents I've been talking about them in my previous videos. Please go back in my previous videos. And please, if you think that this video is very important, is very educative, send it to a student, send it to a parent. Please share and share and share. Please give me thumbs up if you feel that I've given you a good information when it comes to documents to apply for student visa. Then please subscribe if it's your first time to come here. Please subscribe, and yeah, keep sharing, thumbs up. And the last thing I want to tell you guys, kindly go to www.canada.ca. It's the only legit link where you'll be applying for the Canadian student visa or the Canadian student permit. When you go there, I told you the process. Click immigration, click apply for the study permit. Okay, I love you so much. Keep smiling, keep safe, and see you next Saturday.